What if I told you that every rejection you've ever faced was the best thing that could have happened to you? Every ignored text, every job you didn't get, every time you were ghosted or passed over, it wasn't a failure. It was an opportunity. Yes, you heard me right. The world tells you to chase approval, to win validation. But the truth is, real power lies in mastering rejection. If you can flip the script on how you view rejection, it will no longer be your weakness. It will become your greatest weapon. Rejection is part of life, but how you respond to it is what separates the strong from the weak. Most men crumble when faced with rejection. They take it personally. They lose themselves in self-doubt, wondering why they weren't good enough. But here's the secret. Rejection is never about your worth. It's a test, and how you handle that test defines the man you will become. Today, I'm giving you 7 powerful lessons that will turn rejection into fuel for your growth. These lessons will take you from being a man who is crushed by rejection to a man who thrives in the face of it. Because let's face it, life will reject you. People will reject you. But how you use that rejection will determine whether you stay stuck or rise above. Lesson 1. Ignore them too. The first mistake most men make after being rejected is chasing the person who rejected them. Whether it's a woman, a boss, or a friend, your instinct is to prove them wrong, to show them you're worth it. But here's the truth. Chasing someone who has rejected you is the fastest way to lose your self-respect. When someone doesn't see your value, the last thing you should do is try to convince them otherwise. When they push you away, you need to pull back. Ignore them too. This isn't about being petty. It's about reclaiming your power. Attention is currency, and the more you give to someone who doesn't value you, the more you devalue yourself. Here's where the magic happens. When you stop chasing, you flip the power dynamic. They expected you to react, to come running after them, but when you don't, it messes with their head. Suddenly, they're the ones wondering if they made a mistake. In today's world, rejection is more public and more common than ever before. With social media, dating apps, and endless communication, people are constantly flooded with attention. Your attention becomes cheap, meaningless. But when you pull back, when you don't give them what everyone else is giving them, you become rare. And in a world full of abundance, rarity is power. Lesson 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection triggers something primal within you. It stirs up feelings of inadequacy, of not being good enough. You feel the need to react, to prove yourself, to defend yourself, or worse, to beg for their attention. But let me tell you something. The moment you react emotionally, you give away all your power. Think about it. When you send that angry text, when you lash out, when you let rejection consume you, you're showing the other person that they have control over you. You're giving them the satisfaction of knowing that their rejection hit you hard. And guess what? That only boosts their ego. It confirms that they had the power in the situation. But here's the truth. Emotional control is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Women, bosses, friends, they all respect men who can keep their cool, who don't let emotions control them. The men who stay calm in the face of rejection are the ones who stand out. They show resilience, strength, and confidence. So next time you're rejected, feel the emotion, but don't act on it. Let the storm pass, and once you've regained your composure, decide your next move from a place of strength, not desperation. Lesson 3. Remove them from your mind. Rejection has a nasty way of taking up space in your mind. You get rejected, and suddenly, that person becomes the center of your thoughts. You replay the conversation, wonder what you could have done differently, and obsess over where you went wrong. But let me stop you right there. Overthinking is the death of confidence. Every time you let rejection occupy your thoughts, you give the person more power over you. You allow them to live rent-free in your head, and that's the last thing you need. High-value men don't waste time thinking about people who don't value them. When someone rejects them, they shrug it off and move on, because they understand that their mental energy is their most valuable asset. Here's the key. Redirect your focus. Every time that person pops into your head, shift your attention to something productive. Your work, your fitness, a new project. Don't let them hijack your mental space. You have bigger things to focus on. By removing them from your mind, you're reclaiming your power and using it to build yourself up, not break yourself down. Lesson 4. Demonstrate your value. Here's a brutal truth. When someone rejects you, they're saying they don't see your value. But that doesn't mean you have to accept it. In fact, rejection is the perfect opportunity to demonstrate just how valuable you are, not to them, but to yourself. Most men take rejection as a permanent statement of their worth. They think that because one person didn't see their value, no one else will either. But here's where they go wrong. Your value is not determined by someone else's opinion. Just because one person doesn't see it, doesn't mean it's not there. The best way to handle rejection is to use it as fuel to level up in every area of your life. Success is the best revenge, not because you're trying to win them back, but because it proves to you that their opinion doesn't define you. When you focus on improving yourself, whether it's getting in shape, advancing your career, or learning new skills, you show the world and yourself that you're more than what they thought. You become the kind of person who others regret rejecting. Lesson 5. Cut off contact. Cutting off contact is the ultimate power move. When someone rejects you, your instinct might be to keep the lines of communication open, hoping they'll change their mind. But here's the truth. Staying in touch with someone who rejected you is the fastest way to lose your self-respect. You're giving them the opportunity to use you as a backup plan, to keep you on the hook, just in case they change their mind. The moment someone rejects you, you need to cut them off. Stop texting them. Stop calling them. Stop stalking their social media. It's not about being petty. It's about protecting your self-worth. When you cut off contact, you create mystery. They no longer know what's going on in your life, and that creates a sense of intrigue. But more importantly, cutting off contact signals to them that you value yourself too much to be someone's backup option. And here's the thing. Cutting someone off isn't about getting them to regret their decision. It's about freeing yourself from their influence. When you cut them off, you stop caring about what they think, and that's when you truly regain your power. Lesson 6. Prove them wrong. Rejection is the best motivation you'll ever get. When someone rejects you, they underestimate you. They think you're not good enough, not capable enough, not worth their time. And that's exactly what you need to prove them wrong. Not for them, but for yourself. Here's the truth. You're not just proving them wrong. You're proving yourself right. You're showing yourself that you're capable of more than they ever imagined. Whether it's hitting your fitness goals, advancing your career, or mastering a new skill, use their rejection as fuel to push you to new heights. And when they see you thriving, when they realize they underestimated you, it'll hit them hard. But by then, you'll be too busy winning to care. Remember, you're not leveling up for them. You're doing it for yourself. Because once you reach that higher level, their opinion won't even matter anymore. Lesson 7. Go out and have fun. Rejection stings. It makes you want to retreat, to wallow in self-pity, to spend your nights scrolling through social media wondering why you weren't enough. But here's the thing. The worst thing you can do after rejection is sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Instead, you need to get out there and live your best life. Call up your friends, make plans, try new things, and have fun. When you start enjoying life, not only do you feel better, but the people who rejected you start noticing. Nothing messes with someone's mind more than seeing you thriving without them. They expected you to be heartbroken, to be stuck on them. But when they see you out having the time of your life, it makes them question their decision. Bonus lesson number 8. Rejection is redirection. When you begin to see rejection as redirection, something incredible happens. You stop fearing it. You stop seeing it as a personal failure, and instead, you start to embrace it as part of your journey. You recognize that every no is just a detour, a necessary step to guide you towards something far better than what you originally planned. You start to look forward to what's coming next. Instead of dwelling on what didn't work out, you start to focus on what new opportunities the rejection has opened up. You realize that rejection isn't an obstacle. It's a compass pointing you toward your true path. You gain confidence, knowing that you're always moving forward, always being guided towards something better, even if you don't see it right away. So the next time you face rejection, whether in your career, in relationships, or in any other part of life, remember this: rejection is redirection. It's the universe clearing the path for something better. It's the catalyst for your growth, the push you needed to reach your highest potential. And most importantly, it's never the end. It's just the beginning of something greater. Embrace rejection. It's not your enemy. It's your greatest ally.